guys, it's Melanie, and I have a few minutes before I have to run out to a venue walkthrough with a client. So I thought I would record just a quick video, and I've been wanting to do this one for a while, and it is my top 3 picks for high-end eyeshadow palettes, and then my top, I guess it's technically 4 eyeshadow palettes for a drugstore option. So these are the shadows that I tend to reach for the most. All of these things, with the exception of like 2, are also in my professional kit. So I definitely rely on them pretty heavily when I do eyeshadow on clients as well. So I'm going to start with the high end and then move into the drugstore options that I have. So the first one, and this is gonna, a lot of these are gonna be, especially the high end ones, are gonna be like one of those like, no duh, like everybody talks about these, but they really are amazing. And they're super, super versatile, and they have allowed me to get rid of a lot of single eyeshadows that I may have had floating around in single pots or in MAC palettes in my professional kit. So the first is the Naked 2. This is something that I often use on brides who I want to sort of offer cooler eyeshadow tones to. So it's perfect. Huge range of colors here. You know, you've got this great, this color Tease doesn't look like much, but it makes such a gorgeous crease color. You know, you've got a few really light, great highlight shades here. One is matte, one has a little bit of shimmer in it. I love the fact that you get a matte black. This is often what I will use as liner on brides when I'm not doing like a winged liner on them. I'll just use this on a flat shader type brush and work that into their lash line before I apply the false lashes. It just helps the liner look a little bit more diffused than if I were to use like a liquid liner. So anyway, I love, love, love using this one on brides. This is my personal one here, so I get a ton of use out of this myself as well. I really love the color YDK, so this has quite a dent in it for me. I also really like to use Verve and Suspect. These 2 colors are absolutely beautiful together, using Verve on the lid and then Suspect in your crease. It's definitely a little bit more of a shimmery look, but it's very, very pretty. So the Naked 2 palette is definitely a must-have for me. To go along with that, it's Sister palette, just the regular Naked palette. So this is also something that I have in my professional kit, and I get a ton of use out of it for brides as well. I actually use this one a little bit more than the Naked 2 palette when I'm doing boudoir photography, because I really rely heavily on the darker colors in this one to create like a sexy smoky eye. I also love Buck and Naked in here because they're just very universally flattering crease colors for a really, really natural look. So, and I love Virgin. This is probably also one of my favorite colors along with YDK. So I get a ton of use out of this personally and professionally. And these are fantastic because they are thin. They're easy for me to carry around. I have a huge color range to choose from. Normally what I'll do is just sort of lay these together on a table and sort of play between the 2. So amazing range of colors here, perfect for what I do the majority of the time professionally, and then also just personally the types of colors that I tend to lean towards. I would say I use maybe the Naked 2 a little bit more often than the Naked 1 palette, but I definitely love both of them equally. So these are must-haves for me. The last one is another no duh. It's the Lorac Pro palette. I also have one of these in my professional kit. There's a little bit of overlap between this and the Naked 2 palette, I would say, but there's some really unique options in here, like this gorgeous gold color. The payoff on this is much more intense than the gold in the Naked 1 palette, which is Half Baked. You can see it's just a slightly richer shade of gold. I also really like these lighter shades here for like inner corner. I use those a lot for inner corner work. I also love this color mauve here. This is sort of like tease, where it just, you wouldn't look at it and go, oh, that's a pretty color. Like you're kind of like, ew, it's kind of gross. But it works amazing as a crease color for more natural looks. So absolutely love this. Get a ton of use out of this personally. And again, professionally. I will literally just line the 3 of these up on a table when I'm working on clients and go between all 3, and I have every single color that I need. I like this one obviously because it has an entire row of mattes, and mattes are obviously great for photography because you don't get that sort of flashback shiny look. Don't get me wrong, I use a fair amount of shimmer, but I don't use glittery colors. I just find that that doesn't come across very well. So between the 3 of these, I get probably the most use out of these than any of my other eyeshadow palettes that I have. I also have the Too Faced Naked Eye palette in both my personal collection here and in my professional kit, but I find it to be a little bit bulky, so I don't always take it with me. These are super easy for me to travel with because they're very thin, and I can easily plop them in my case and they fit perfectly, and I'm good to go with just the 3 of these. So love, love, love them. So those would be my high-end must-haves for eyeshadow palettes. They're obviously readily available at Sephora, at Ulta. You can order these from the Urban Decay website, and you can also order the Lorac Pro Palette from the Lorac website. So readily available. Obviously more expensive, but the amount of shadows that you're getting, so I believe the Naked 1 and the Naked 2 are $52, and then the Lorac Pro, I want to say, is $48. You also get a behind-the-scenes eye primer with this guy, which is awesome because this will last you forever. And then I believe, I think the Naked 1 comes with a primer potion, and this one comes with a Naked lip gloss. So anyway, get a little bit of a bonus with those, but just the eyeshadow palettes alone are totally worth it. So drugstore options. I have both of these in my professional kit because they kind of round out my matte collection, and they are seriously better than a lot of like high-end matte shadows that I've used. They are the Physicians Formula Matte Collection Eyeshadow Quads. And I have Quartz Quartet here, and then Canyon Classics here. They're all matte. They're absolutely beautiful. They're so pigmented, so rich, and so you can see one is a little bit more brown, one's a little bit more purple. But they're absolutely perfect for what I need them for. When I have a bride that just wants a super natural look, and wants everything to be matte, I always go for the Canyon Classics. These are, what are these? They're like $6.99. They're some asinine low amount. I bought both of these. Do you guys remember when Physicians Formula came out with those $5 off coupons and everybody was like mad dash to purchase everything Physicians Formula? So I got both of these then and started using them on myself, and went back, printed out some more coupons, and got 2 for my professional kit as well. So I got these for like $1.99 or something ridiculous like that. And they are literally some of the best matte shadows that I have ever used. I love them. Love them. I think they are the same quality as the matte shadows in the Lorac Pro palette. So anyway, these are a must-have for me. The other 2 are also from Physicians Formula, and I don't see a lot of people talking about these baked collections, but Baked Sands, which is beautiful for summer because it has these amazing bronze shades, and then Baked Sugar, which is great for just an everyday, like super neutral look. You can see I've used these a lot. These are fantastic. They are not the most pigmented shadows that you can buy from the drugstore, but they're fun and they give you a good color payoff, And if you use them with a eyeshadow primer, they last all day. I use a shadow primer no matter what, just because I have really oily lids and I need it. But these are just amazing. These are, and all of these Physicians Formula products here, I think I just spit everywhere, are made in Italy. And so these are obviously baked, and you can use these wet and dry. I have used this one wet, and it just creates the most gorgeous foiled look. So these are my 4 drugstore must-have, what do you call these, palettes? They're not really palettes, they're obviously trios and quads, but I think you get a lot of bang for your buck with these. And if you haven't tried either of these, at least go and try one of each. I think that, you know, there's a great color selection in these guys. There's some purples, there's some browns, there's some really light shades. These, I think there's only these 2 to choose from. Someone once said there were 3. I've never found the 3rd one. But if you find these 2, give them a try. If you like cooler colors, go for the Quartz Quartet. If you like warmer colors, go for the Canyon Classics. But these are absolute must-haves in my collection. And if for whatever reason these somehow disappear someday, or I use them all up, I would absolutely repurchase them in a heartbeat. So anyway, those are my favorites. If you guys are interested, because I'm on my iPad, I don't know that you can tell like the contouring. This is a pretty matte look, but I'm going to be doing a tutorial on this particular look for Olivia, Country Girl Beauty, and she requested a graduation look. So this is sort of what I've come up with. I've been trying a couple different looks over the last few days, and I think I like this one the most. So I hope to do this video either this weekend or early next week. So anyway, if you guys have any questions about these, leave me a comment below, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.